Yes guys, welcome back for another video. Today, it's been coming, I have promised it. Can you guess what it is yet? I'll give you a clue. Egg custard. Oh yes, that's what's coming today. So, cleared all my side off here. I'm going to roll my pastry out. I'm going to put that in my tin, which has got a loose bottom, obviously, for obvious reasons. It's an egg custard. But, going to be a different angle today. I'll have you on the tripod, looking down on the side, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Oh yes! Right guys, just before we get into the kitchen, just thought I'd let you know what you need for the filling, right? Because I don't make my own pastry at all. So I ready bought pastry, because I just don't do making pastry. Simple. So the filling, you're going to need 250 ml of whole milk, 250 ml of heavy cream, 7 large egg yolks, just the yolks, 50 grams of caster sugar, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of salt, and, a quarter of a tablespoon of salt, and some freshly ground nutmeg. Now, nutmeg, been to B&M, been to Lidl, couldn't find it, and I'm not walking all the way to bloody Tesco because my knees are hurting like crazy today. So, no, not a chance. So I'm going to do the egg custard without the nutmeg. So, technically, I don't know whether it's still an egg custard or not, but we'll crack on and do it. See you in the kitchen. Right guys, so here we are. A little bit of a workstation here. Don't know if you can see that, because yeah, so what I need is 7 egg yolks. Never separated yolks from eggs before, so this could be interesting. So let's get rid of that for a second. Open this up, and the way I've seen it done is basically like this. Just get that egg yolk in there, just separate it and just drop them in. That's the way, that's the way I've been shown to do it. So that's 1 egg yolk. Let me get the others done. We'll come back and I'll take you through the rest of it. Give me a sec. Right guys, welcome back. I've got these 7 egg whites. I broke one, but that's going to be fine, that, because I'm just going to use that as a little bit of an egg wash. You'll see why in a bit, but hopefully this will work, because I need to do something on the inside of the pastry for this. Oh, right, so got my egg whites, the egg yolks, which is 7 in there. I've got them. I'm going to put that to one side. I've got 1 egg left, so I'm going to have an egg sandwich with that later. So we'll put that to the side there. So that's going to be my wash, just for the inside. I don't know if this is going to be good enough. Like, I've never done this before. Never done anything like this before. So that is done. We'll put that to one side. Now we need to get my baking tin, which is right there. That is it. My short crust pastry, this one. So I'm going to take that out of here, and hopefully this will fit inside the tin. If not, doesn't matter. I've got another one. I can just use some of that as well. So let's, God blimey, this is tough. Let me get a pair of scissors. Just cut the top of this off. Put that to one side sec. Take that pastry out. So now let's roll this out. Get this pastry done. I say I don't do making pastry, so yeah, let's see if I can get, I mean the thing is, if it tears, it tears. I'll just basically patch it up a little bit, but I want to try, see, it's not all fitting in, I don't think. Bagger, that's not good. Fits one way but not the bloody other. But if I have to patch this, it's fine. Right, let me bring you back once I've got this pastry in here. Oh there. Pastry. I've got to get this pastry in here now. Into the tin. I don't know if this is going to, because this is short crust, I don't know if this is going to go. I mean, I'm not looking for tidiness on this at all. As long as it all goes in the tin, that's fine. I'm not bothered. Any missing bits I can just patch up, which is what I'm going to have to do, I think. But I want to make sure that this is all the way in this tin. I want to make sure it's all the way into the bottom. I don't want any little bubbly things on the inside of it. So, this is awkward. Very awkward, because I might not have enough here. I think I might have to use some of the other pastry and just do it that way. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to, and then just save some. Oh, what a nightmare. Back in a minute. Right guys, so welcome back. There is, I didn't want it to look pretty, but there's my pastry, my short crust pastry in the tin. Now I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I don't really want to be too tidy with it, if I'm being honest. I don't want to be too tidy. So let me just trim this off a little bit more, because I want to flatten it as much as I can so it's not as thick. So I'll just get that off there, and just, I don't want it really thick crust. Want to give a big shout out to Backyard Chef for the recipe for this. Got it off his channel, so I thought, oh, you know what, I've never done baking before, let's give it a go. So guys, next step is basically, now from there I'm going to preheat my oven to 180, because I have to blind bake this. This has got to be blind baked at 180. That's what's got to happen. So I'm going to blind bake this at 180. Oven is on. And what I need to do, guys, is I just need to dot the inside of the pastry. Okay, I'm just going to dot the bottom just inside, just like that. Just need to dot it. Basically, when I blind bake this stops it having a soggy bottom. No one likes a soggy bottom, because there's going to be a lot of liquid going in here. A lot of liquid. So I'll just dot the bottom of this, just nice and easy. Just dot it all the way. Now, I don't know how this is going to come out, like I said, because I've never, ever done any baking before. It's always been cooked meals. As you know, me and Andy do lives when we can, depending if Andy can get over. But just dot the inside of your pastry. I've dotted it all the way, as you can see. Just dotted it all the way there. And then once this oven is preheated, I'm going to stick this in the oven at 180 for 15 minutes. Take it out, let it cool down a little bit. Egg wash it, the inside, to seal it. And then whack it back in the oven at, I think it's 160 for about another 5 minutes, just to seal it And it's the egg wash is going to go all inside, all inside here and all around the edges, just on the inside. So let's see how this turns out. I will see you shortly, guys. I'm quite impressed with that actually at the moment. Doesn't look too bad. See you soon. Right guys, one thing I forgot to mention, that's the tin, but as you can see in there, I've got no baking beads, so I've had to use rice. I put some parchment paper in there, some greaseproof paper, whatever you want to call it, to weigh it down because I don't want the bottom rising up. So I'm going to bang this in the oven now for 15 minutes, and once that's done, we'll come straight back, guys. Right guys, so 15 minutes, just going to get something just to tilt this a little bit because it's still hot. I need to let this cool down for a little while. So it's been blind baking for about 15 minutes at 180 is what I said it would need, was 180. That's basically what I was told, well, what I read. But seems to be okay so far. So I'm going to let that cool down for about 5-10 minutes. Then I'll just give the inside of it a little, it's a bit wet inside, guys. I don't understand why it's done that. But, hey, not to worry. Let's move on to the next step. Right, guys, so the next step is we need 250 ml of full fat milk. So we'll do 250 of this. Give me a second. 250 ml. Right about there. About 250 that. Yep. And put that back in the fridge. And we need the same amount, 250. I tried to find heavy cream, like Thingy did, the Backyard Chef, but I'll only be able to get the extra thick double cream. So that, put that in the bin, and we're going to set this up to 250 mils if it decides to come out this week. So we'll set this up to 250 mil, hopefully. Really doesn't want to come out all the way up to 250. Let's go. Bosh. So bit more needed. All the way up, come on baby, all the way to 250 milk and 250 cream. So come on. Really? Oh dear. Right, we'll come back in a minute. Right, so 250 of each in there. That goes into a pan, bosh, like so. And what we need to do with this, guys, is we need to put it on a hob and we need to bring it to a heat which is hot but not boiling. Yeah, so don't boil the hell out of it. And also as well, make sure you stir it continuously so that you yeah, you know the script. Just make sure you stir it, because otherwise it's got the milk and everything's going to stick to the bottom. So I'm going to bob this up to about 3 on the stove. Caster sugar, that's going into the egg, which is the egg yolks. And I've got my vanilla right here. So give this a little minute to cool down. Then what we've got to do with this is we've got to egg wash it all in, all up the sides and everything, because there's going to be a lot of liquid going into this. Oh, damn. So I'm going to bring, I can't turn you around because there's crap all over the place. And if I start turning you around, it's going to be a nightmare. So I'll bring this to a nice hotness, and then we need to put it on the side while we do the caster sugar and everything. Because the caster sugar, okay, 5 grams, I've not got a measuring scales, So I'm just going to have to eyeball it and do it that way. Oh well, here goes. Let's get my spatula. My spatula. Where the hell are you? Ah, there you are. Because I don't want this boiling. I want it hot, but not boiling. Just so that cream goes away. So once this is done, we'll come back, guys. Right, guys, so while that's warming up a bit, that milk, I'm just going to egg wash just the inside. Hopefully this is going to work, because this looks like it's just going to be a disaster like so many other things. I need to egg wash because there's a lot of milk going inside, milk and cream going inside this. So I need to make sure that this is properly sealed, which means getting right round the edges and make sure that it's all sealed on the inside, because otherwise it's going to be soggy and it'll run out everywhere and it'll just be horrible. So I need to make sure that this is properly egg washed all the way in, just so it dries it. I hate these. I need to get myself a proper pastry brush, because this stuff from B&M is absolutely terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But it really needs a good seal on that bottom and on the sides. Like I say, it's a learning curve. So I will probably either do a really good job on this or absolutely screw it up. And to be honest, I've never baked before in my life. So let's hope this isn't a complete disaster. So bottom's done. That's all sorted. It shrunk a little bit as well, guys. But hey-o, never mind. Not to worry. So I am now, because hopefully I've got this all covered, hopefully, with a bit of luck, touch wood, hopefully this is all going to seal up, because it's now going back in, the oven at 180 for 5 minutes. So we'll be back, guys. See you in a minute. Right, guys, so I'm hoping this is sealed off. I can already feel that this is going to be a fucking disaster, excuse my French, but I've sealed it off much as I can. It says 15 minutes, but it took a little bit longer. So I'm going to knock that down now to about 160 the oven, while we just let that cool for a little while, and we move on to the next step. So the next step is going to be, I'm going to combine the eggs with the caster sugar. Okay, so like I said, I'm not getting any scales, so I'm just going to have to wing this and hope for the best. Well, if it don't work, it's another blooper, isn't it? So here we go. So what I want to do, about that in there, just till that sugar has, god damn it, has dissolved and has changed colour. So I'll just keep whisking that for a little while till that sugar dissolves. And then what we need to do is introduce that hot milk very, very slowly. You cannot tip the whole milk and cream into this, because the simple reason being is you'll end up with scrambled egg. So we just give this a whisk here. Just giving this a whisk on the inside of this pan, and I should have used a metal bowl. I've got a glass one, but I didn't want to put the hot milk in it and it break. So we need to give that a stir, just so that sugar dissolves. I'm hoping this ain't going to be an absolute frigging disaster, guys, because first time making this is a bloody nightmare. But in saying that, the guy I got it off did his in like an oven air fryer thing that had a bake setting on it. So I'm hoping this is going to be all right. If not, hey, back to square one and stuff. But yeah, that's cooling down. Just got to give that a little while to cool. Just going to make sure my milk is not sticking on the bottom of this pan, because that needs to be hot but not boiling. So once I've got this to sort of like a really, really hot liquid, the milk, I'm going to come back and we'll start assembling this. Right guys, so we got our hot milk now, and all we're going to do with this is stay still, is very, very slowly introduce the milk. Do not tip it all in at once. So just a bit and give it a mix. Just very, very slowly with the milk, because you do not want scrambled egg instead of an egg custard. So very slowly in here with the milk. And I mean slowly. Take your time, don't rush it. I say, I don't know how this is going to come out, guys, because I've never done this before. So we'll see if it's a success or a complete disaster. Just very carefully with the milk so you don't get a scrambled egg, because you don't want that. Very slowly. And then once we've done this, we're going to sieve it into a jug to get rid of any of the gunge or whatever that's settled. And then into the pie, into the oven, and hopefully not leak all over the shop. Nice and gentle. Nice and easy. Colour's looking okay. We'll soon see. And we'll have a look at the finished product. Mr. Andy, this could be a disaster. It's saying that. Could be absolutely awesome. So my oven's down to 160. I'm just going to finish adding the remainder of this milk. And then, time to sieve it into a jug and get it sorted. Back in the oven it goes for about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. I'm doing this exactly as I saw it done on YouTube. So, and I saw quite a few. There was quite a few that were doing it with like cold milk, etc. But you know what? I decided to go with the one that I thought it would be, which was Backyard Chef. So, big thank you to Backyard Chef for the recipe. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but anyway, let's get rid of that. Let me get my, don't want that one. It's that one I need. So, how am I going to do this? Because this is going to be a bit awkward to try and get it in, because he used a small sieve. I'm using a big one. So, oh dear, really? We'll give it a go, guys. We'll give it. That's all we can do. You can only work with what you've got. Do you know what I'm saying? So we'll see how this turns out. Right, let me figure a way of getting this into the jug, and then we'll come back. I don't want to overdo this and end up with a complete disaster. Oh. Right, so in there with that, and we'll come back, guys. Right, guys, as you can see, there's still a little bit of guns that's left on the sieve, so we'll get rid of that. Get rid of that jug. That's that done. The moment of truth to see whether or not this is going to be okay or whether it's going to leak all over the place. Let's give it a go. Here we go. Oh, wait. One thing I forgot to do. Stupid Paul. Stupid Paul. Stupid Paul. Vanilla essence. Just some vanilla in there. Bosh, that'll do. Give that a quick mix. Can't believe I forgot the vanilla there, guys. Whoa, that was nearly a disaster. And now we'll see whether or not this is fine or it's going to go everywhere. So here we go. In with that. Going to go as much as I can, guys. I'm not going to go right over the top here. Right, I'm just going to see for a minute or two, just to see whether or not that's going to come through the bottom or whether or not it's going to be. But I've got no nutmeg, guys, so unfortunately, it's not all I can do about that. But seems to be holding up all right. So I'm going to put this in the oven now for about 35-45 minutes, and then we'll come back and finish. Please, Lord, let it work. Right, guys, I'm about to bang this in the oven for about 40 minutes. So I don't want to spill this over the top. So nice and easy into the oven. Whoa, steady boy, steady, 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 steady. In the oven on 160 for about 35-40 minutes. Well, guys, it's been in the oven 40 minutes and it's still wobbly as hell. I don't know whether to put it in anymore because it's just not setting. It's not doing nothing. And I don't want the pastry to burn. I don't know what to do. Maybe turn the oven down a little bit and give it another 10 minutes. It's on 160 now, so I don't know. Turn it down, turn it up. I don't know what to do. I don't want that pastry burning. Damn it. Looks like another blooper. Really? Right, guys, as you can see, it's been in the oven over an hour and it doesn't look anywhere near cooked. It's still got a slight wobble on it, just wobbly as hell. I don't want to overcook it because I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to just leave it for a little while and then, because I've left it in the oven and I don't want the crust to burn. I really don't want that crust to burn at all. But yeah, I think what I'll do is, I mean, it hasn't leaked. That's just wet that's come off the bottom of the tray, I think, or whatever. But I think what I might do is leave it to cool down for a little bit, then stick it in the fridge and see if that helps, because it's still got a bit of a wobble on it. Still, tray is nice and warm, but as you can see, it's still got a bit of a, like it's not properly cooked or whatever. But I don't want to risk burning it So yeah, we'll come back in a bit, guys. Right, guys, so yeah, as you can see, not the best in the world. It has dipped a little bit, but it's time for the unboxing, as they say. Oh, I'm dreading this. So we're going to put this onto a little something. We're going to unclip it, and we're going to see just what this looks like. I'm hoping this is not a complete cock up. I mean, it's not the prettiest in the world. First attempt, you know, come on, give me credit. So open we go, and oh no. Oh, here we go. Bosh, there she is. It's it's still on the base. It is still on the base, guys. It's on the base of the baking tin, just like so. The outside doesn't look pretty, but the first thing we need to do is we need to get this off here and cut ourselves a slice. So this has been in the fridge for about 2 hours, just cooling down in the fridge. I don't know how this is going to go, but let's see if we can get this off the base. It's a little bit stucky, a little bit stuck, just a little bit. It's a little bit on the stuck side on the bottom, but we're gonna have a look and see. Oh, there we go. Right, so a little bit's just come off the bottom. Oh dear, really? Yeah, so the bottom doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Oh man, I was so dreading this, you know. I mean, look at that. The bottom has just released on that little bit. Oh, God. Right, so let's get that in the sink. We'll get that in the sink. Get these out the way. So yeah, it's been in the fridge. It's dipped a little bit in the middle, but we are gonna cut a slice with a knife and see what happens. So yeah, here we go. Right, I've got my knife. Let's cut in. Let's see what happens. Cool, that's a bit crumbly. A little bit on the crumbly side right there, but we need to know what it looks like, don't we? I don't know whether or not this is going to be good or whether it's going to be a complete failure, guys. Because if it's a failure, it's ganning in the bin. Anyway, one, obviously, egg custard right there. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think I've done too bad of a job, but it's a taste test, isn't it? I'm going to put this on a plate. The remainder, we'll stick the remainder on a plate, and then we'll go from there. It's a little bit runny on the bottom because I just saw it dribble out a little bit, but hey-oh, it's on a plate. We're going to get a fork and we're going to give it a little. Ooh, this actually looks all right, you know. Look at that. It's got a bit on the wobbly side inside, like an egg custard-ish, roughly. But hey, you know what? We'll give it a go, guys. Let's grab a fork. Let's get up top and we'll have a look. Right, guys. So here we are. Taste test time. Oh, nearly came off the bloody saucer. Let's have a dig into this. A bit through that pastry. Let's get a piece off here. A little piece off ring. There we go, guys. A bit of the egg custard on the old fork. Here we go. Bite first, bite hard. Oh yes. Oh my word. Do you know what, guys? I think I've cracked it. Didn't look the prettiest in the world, but wow. Do you know what? I've actually surprised myself. My sweet lord, that is nice. That could have done with a bit more vanilla, but oh, let's have. Oh, that's beautiful. I absolutely shot myself there because I thought that this was going to be a complete disaster, but it's not. I'll just pick this up and show you just the inside of it there. Just that looks beautiful. I mean, yeah, okay, it's not the best in the world, but wow, I've actually shot myself there. Oh, that is so yummy. It's so nice. Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to have to do this again. Because that, oh my God. That's nice. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'll hold on to it. I don't think I've done a bad job there. Okay, the pastry is a little bit on the thick side, but that to me, just see that, just really, come on, focus. That to me is beautiful. Oh yeah, guys. Spot on that. First attempt, that's actually pretty cool. I've shot myself. I've just literally, I'm lost for words on me. the first time ever baking, and I'm quite proud of that. Spitting everywhere. I'm actually quite proud of that. That is, for me, a first. See you soon, guys. Leave your comments below. Bye.